Alright, the stream is live 8 minutes early. Whatever shall we do? Maybe people actually get to watch the flight happen earlier than expected. Hello everyone.
That's us working for you.
Yeah, we're starting early so that you don't have to sit around and listen to us talk forever as we talk about talking forever. Yeah, we're doing another A4 show because, as you saw last time, there is work to be done. So yeah, we're not gonna do our standard pre-brief because we don't have weather to speak of yet. Once we get a little bit more confident in formation and with hitting center point with 0 variables, we'll start adding in weather again. But and we're also gonna have to figure out what a low show and flat show looks like for the A4, so that'll be a party. We haven't done
Yeah,
that
because there's probably not a lot of data on that.
Nope. So that'll be fun. We might have to invent it. But you know, we'll start with what we got today. And speaking of which, so we're gonna skip our standard pre-brief, but there's some stuff to talk about. Leb, the thing that immediately came to mind as I was watching last time was from the loop break cross, you're clearing behind crowd and then crossing crowd again to catch me.
Yep.
I think it might be faster if you break left.
I could try it.
Because I think the distances are less, because I'm pulling to in front of crowd left, and you would pull around in front of crowd right.
Yeah. So I think that's true. Though you're coming back toward. I don't know. I'll try it this time. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, I mean.
I think you're right. But I can imagine
it might come out in the wash, but if it came out in the wash, then for safety's sake, you'd clear in front of the crowd.
Don't want to break over the crowd, yeah. The safety argument, I absolutely agree with.
Yeah.
The distance and speedy rejoin, we'll see.
Yeah. I think it'll work out because the way that you are doing it, like you're essentially, you know, two circling a fight in a way, and this way, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that was what I was thinking about. Also, the rejoin. I'm sure you've thought about the rejoin for the flat pass and how you're gonna try and make that work more efficiently. But that one looks really fun to me. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's been cool.
I hope at some point. I hope at some point you get a very dangerous but sick, really close one.
Yeah, it'll be cool once I know how to nail it a little quicker. Right now, I'm just like, gotta get in. And then the major reason I want to get in on time is because I want to practice that maneuver. Yeah. And if I don't get pretty set before you start it, it's really hard to collect it. So
yeah. I haven't figured out what the sound of the engine is, what the engine sounds like at 90 RPM.
Yeah. I'm doing it a lot by sound. Mostly just listening to spool levels.
Yeah, me too. It's just so hard to keep ahead of it, but I have a strategy in my brain that I'm going to try this time for formation.
All right. I'm just going to try it.
I've been able to stabilize at different places, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta get in, so I push power way forward. I'm gonna try just creeping and then coming back, and then creeping and coming back, like quick jolt forward, and back. You know, instead of hold it, back it off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to be less all over the place with the throttle,
just
try to be very smooth.
It's so hard.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to be disciplined about that because
you
start losing ground, and you're like, fire what?
Yeah, this throttle map, or the throttle map I had before you changed it so that it doesn't run into detent, which I think is good, and I'm not going to change it. But the one I had before, it had a little bit of a curve in it that made basically between 75 and 95 have a lot more room. So you had more play and you were less likely to, I don't know, it made some of this a little bit easier to maintain throttle and speeds.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go back to that, one, because you lose fidelity in other places where you might need it, and two, because I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to fiddle for a long time and try and figure it out. Because
Yeah.
I'm already halfway through the process of learning and getting in the ballpark enough to be like, I don't want to add curve to fix it.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a curve in how the RPMs work
Mm-hmm.
from 90 to 100. Like it's the jet like the engine wants to pick up from 90 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Which like it really doesn't from like 80 to 90.
Uh-huh.
So like the reason why you run away when you firewall it is because the engine's like wahoo. So little adjustments I think once you hit 90, but it's so hard to fly, you know, on the right wing while trying to because you'd have to like cross the whole cockpit to look at the RPM. So
Yep, yeah. Though it's much more stable, I think, on the wing than like the. I guess I'm not as tight as I can fly with the Hornet, but
oh,
I feel
it's
more stable.
way easier on the wing than the
And
Hornet.
the lead has to fly more stable just in general.
Uh-huh.
And so I feel more comfortable doing a head check with the A4 than I would with the Hornet.
Yeah, me too.
Not that I'm going to start doing that anytime soon because I'm not that good yet, but
All right. Well, we should probably get in there, shouldn't we?
yeah, I'm ready to rock. So
All
let
right.
me know when you want to
Yeah, I'm gonna switch inputs and
switch
let's do this
inputs.
thing.
Cool.
Yay. BrotherLeb, you got me? Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me?
There we go.
What's up?
Hey,
I like this jet.
it's fun. It's fun. This is an enjoyable challenge.
Jeez. Yeah. Definitely a challenge. Next up, the F4. I'm kidding. I'm not interested.
I think after this, it won't feel as much of a leap.
I don't think anything will after this. I think with these two
That's
jets down, it's going to be like, okay, well, okay, I stand corrected. The Hellcat would be a challenge.
Yeah. So I already fly the F4.
Not the least of which, because we don't have a lot of historical reference for the Hellcat.
No, I mean, from what I do know from the historical reference in that document we got that we've been referencing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who made it? Squeak? Was it Squeak that made it? Anyway, I think it was a lot of diamond. I don't think they had a delta.
There was no delta. There were no solos.
Diamond, and they did like loops and rolls and stuff mostly.
I mean, that's where the tugway break came from, though.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a remnant from ye olde times where it was easier to do in a prop aircraft because it rotated. You know, it has that like the center of rotation is above the canopy. So in the Hellcat,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
you'd still have to pull it pretty far north, like you'd have to get some pretty good pitch.
Oh yeah,
because they lose a ton of altitude in rolls because the roll rate on those things is really low.
no, they were at like 25, 30 degrees before they rolled, and that's what got them level coming behind the crowd. Because that's what it took. Those things, full deflection and like, feel like the Super Hornet.
But slower. When the last time you flew like a P-47 or an F-4U, but yeah, it's real slow.
I'll be honest, I have not actually gotten in the cockpit of, or the pilot, the jump seat of the last two aircrafts I've purchased, which is the F-4U and the C-130J.
The F-4U is extremely difficult to fly well.
Oh no, I did get behind the cockpit of the F-4U. I took off from the carrier and landed on a carrier and had like no real issue with it. It was hard, but like I was like, okay, challenge. I'm not good at this, but I can get up and down.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So the group I fly with, I'll plug them for anybody who cares. VCTF 58, and they do Corsair stuff, and they're gonna obviously when Hellcat comes, they'll do Hellcat stuff, and they that can be fun. But yeah, try fly formation in those with people that don't really do that very often.
I feel like after the A4, like my formation flying with like the prop aircraft will be a lot better because even compared to the prop aircraft, the A4's throttle response is glacial.
Yeah, no, the throttle response thing though, it's kind of a UFO flight model wise, whereas like there's a lot more. I don't know, maintaining that like position, or Y axis relative to lead is a challenge I find in the.
I like working hard at, like, I enjoyed when the 18 flight model changed and got harder, like, because.
Weirdo.
Well, no, it got harder, but it also got easier in some ways because it felt like you had more control over the aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an FCS jet. Thank you. Because it's an FCS jet, like the older flight model was just so challenging because nothing affected it. And so, like, it was a UFO, but it was a UFO that had two levels of translation layer. The sim, or the sim, and then the FCS.
Yep.
And, like, it felt like they got rid of some of the simminess of it and got closer to what a real jet feels like, probably. Who knows? I don't know. Like, it feels more responsive now than it used to. So it feels like you're just wrestling with the FCS now, compared to before where you were, like, wrestling with the sim being weird and then the FCS.
That's
I know
true.
that a lot of people complain about that, but because they like the way that the old one was, because they think that was easier. But I strongly disagree.
I think everybody just over controls in general.
That's why we believed the gray flag age verification policy April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There's not much to do, so ready for start.
Alrighty. Let's turn off the unpausing 3, 2, 1. That's the thing I was trying to think of. Alrighty.
I'll take the time to do my radar altimeter now, because I hate it in this aircraft. And click. All right. Click. I really do need to bind this. All right, I'm ready for electric power.
Double check your ignition off. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, stand by electric power.
Sure it.
3, 2, 1, mark.
Oh, whoops. My sounds are wrong.
Ground power is now on.
Stand by. Engine start.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1. Mark. Stand by. Ignition. 3, 2, 1. Mark. Coming off the starter. 3, 2, 1. Mark. Stand by. Idle. 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Here, bud. Take a look at what we're doing.
What?
Oh, I forgot to change the scene. It's fine.
We're good. All right. Stand by the ground power.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1. Off.
Turn off the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now off.
Stand by the canopy. 3, 2, 1. Mark. Noise.
We did it. A lot less finagling in this aircraft.
Yep.
Which is probably not... I mean, well, we're doing a sim start, so... There are a lot more things to the checklist than what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Chariots up tree gun 1.
Lub up tree, come on.
Nope.
Very quiet.
Check your set in your UHF is set to preset. And
Preset 3.
and guard.
Oh, preset. All right. Lub up tree, come on.
Chariots up tree gun 1.
Lub.
Chariots up guard com 2.
Lub up guard, column 2.
Or rather, that would be just guard. Discord check.
What?
Takeoff checks. Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 138. Check your altimeter set 2985 for a quick standby elevation of 0 feet. Check your burn warning 0. Check your FCS. There is no FCS. Sorry about that. Check your smoke pylon armed. Check your master arm is armed. Check your stab og is armed. Stand by the slats. Slots. Check your fuel. Lights out.
What? Good afternoon, Chariot update. Winds are calm. We got a cloud layer few 12,000, clear 1,000,000. You're clear to taxi left out of chocks. Hold short to tree.
Thanks, Lab. Clear to taxi. Hold short to tree. Solos are cleared to taxi. Chariots powering up to 70. Off brakes now. Chariots, come left. See ya. Chariot switching 8 com 1. Solos are up 8 com 1.
What's up, com?
Chariot 29er 85. Set 0 feet barrel out.
Well, 29er 85 set 0 feet. Barrel.
Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Check your flaps up. Pumps on. Chariot's flaps down 1 degree up. Barrel out.
Lab flaps pumps on. -1 barrel.
Chariot's holding short 2 tree.
Leb is rolling past center point now.
I know when I can roll.
Leb.
I'll probably just do the taxi checks actually when I get to this hold short point.
I think that makes sense.
In real life, they'd do it as soon as possible due to radio, but
Leb's passing Charlie. Leb's entering Delta. Chariot, go ahead and roll.
Chariot's rolling. Chariot's coming left for lineup.
Leb holding short 05.
Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Update winds are calm. Check your slats are locked. Maneuver our section takeoff maneuver.
Leb.
Check your slats are locked. Chariot's running up. There's rolling. Oh man, this never gets old. Here's me fly. See ya. Cheers there.
And Leb's rolling. Ready.
There he is. There's my boy.
Leb's on top, 3-8.
Gosh, this is cool.
Ready.
Woo! 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 That was low.
That's a safety. Smoke off. Clear.
Chairs clear, 4.5.
Leb is clear.
Did you hit the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
If
no.
this was not invincibility on, I would be dead.
Preliminary beam.
Beam.
Preliminary tick mark. Stand by, mark it. Turrets in for the left knife edge.
Left and left, man. seconds. Mark a little ahead. 3.
Chariot's half mile late.
3 miles. Mark 380. Mark 350. Marker.
Smoke on.
God.
Contact smoke off. Ready, hit it! 1, 2, 3. Sure, sir. He's full. Rolling out. Cheers clear and clear with the crowd for the inverted to inverted.
Left.
Correction, just for the inverted.
Left.
Break this cable.
3 miles. 3.5. 4 miles.
I'm ready, beam.
Beam.
Ready to take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chart stand for the right inverted.
Up to the right invert. Seconds. Mark 390 ahead.
Okay.
3 miles. Mark 1. Miles. Mark 4.
Nice. Ready, hit it. Smoke on. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Smoke off. Cheers clear and clear with the crowd for the opposing limit.
Left clear.
Felt better.
3 miles.
He's early.
3.5. 4 miles.
Preliminary beam.
A beam.
Alright, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Charts in for the left pivot.
To the left. Limit.
Oof.
10 seconds. Mark on time 390. Mark 1.
Half a mile ahead. How's that possible?
2 miles. Mark 1.
Smoke on?
Contact.
Smoke on? Add it up. Ready, hit it. Push. 10, 20, 30, number 40, 50, 60, 70, vertical 4-5, 10, 20, 30, 40, number 50, 60, 70, 80, horizon, now 8-5, contact, right to right.
Contact. Right to right.
Power's idle. Ready, hit it.
Clear.
Comes the pull. Smoke off. Cheers later.
Clear.
Is pull. Rolling out. Cheers clear and clear him of the crowd for the Fortis. Coming right. Hooks coming down.
Contact.
480.
Looks like Looks like a pretty good price.
He's in the pull. Rolling out. Souls on the ground. Send up the Fortis. Check your taxi lights out. 340. He's in more power. $310, adding power. 300, adding a little more power. Straight, a little more pull. Adding more power. We're coming right. Comes the pull. Adding power. Going for the right and a little more pull. Damn. Ease in the pull and roll it out the Fortis outboard to inboard. Chariot set rolling in.
Clear.
Inboard and 60 low. Stand by the gear. Coming back left. Adding power. We're coming right. A little pull. Stand by the gear. Hook. Chariot's rolling out.
Clear.
Adding power. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Souls on the ground. Setting up the canopy roll. Easing more pull. Adding a little more power to 90. Up we go. A little more pull. Coming right. Coming further right. A little more pull. Pulls in right hand turn for the canopy to canopy.
Left.
Roll it out. Ease in the pull. Ease in all the pull. And chart set rolling in.
Clear.
Smoke on. Up. We go. A little more pull. Okay. Roll it out. A little more pull. Ease in the pull. Chart smoke off. Chart's rolling out. We're in front of the crowd, setting up the section crossover.
What?
We're coming right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. We're at the 946 crossover. Ease in some pull. Ease in more pull. Rolling out some bank. Rolling out more bank. Ease in the pull. Ease in more pull. Ease in more pull comes the drive. Smoke on. A little more dry. And we're rolling out the section crossover. 2 left. Ready, hit it. Is full. Rolling out. Pull to 60. Stand by, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. Stand by, pull to 40. Smoke off. Stand by, roll. Cheers. Cheers, clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing 4-point.
What? Dude, I am overrolling everything.
Me too.
3.5. 4 miles.
Luminary beam.
Me.
Luminary, take a mark.
Dig it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariot's in for the right 4-point.
Left in right 4 point. Seconds, mark 410. Little early.
Let's see about that.
3 miles, mark 400.
Yeah, he was early. It's fine.
Miles, mark 402.
Yeah, this will be good. Smoke on.
Contact.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand by, roll, and pull. Habits. Stand by, roll. Cheers, clear, and clear the crowd for the slow roll.
Left. Left's turning in 2 miles for the slow roll. Left's arc at 2.5 for the slow roll. And left's in 2 miles for the slow roll. Ready, hit. Smoke. Left drive, here we go.
Gosh, he looks so cool.
Come back left. Smoke. Clear.
Chariot's arcing 5 miles at 350. Power set 92 for the line of wrist loop.
Contact.
Ease and some pull. 370. 390. Good luck. 400 ease and power. That's so cool. 410, easing a little more power. 91. 440. Using the pull. Rolling out. The line abreast loop a little dry.
Got you, Chariot, dude.
Chariot. Smoke. On. Up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 5-6. Ease the pull. Stand by the board. Sports. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the board. Sports. Ease the pull. A little pull. Chariot detach. Chariot detach, boss.
Left's clear.
Chariots over the top 9-0 for the solo 8-point.
Left's clear. 10-5.
Chariots pulling the nose for the solo 8-point. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Smoke off. Chariot clear. Ease pull. Rolling out. Chariot clear. And clear with the crowd for the opposing horizontals.
Left.
Repeat last.
Distance, please.
2.5. 3 miles. 3.5. 4 miles. Mark. Preliminary beam.
Beam.
Alright, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariots in for the left horizontals.
London left horizontal roll.
Oof.
10 seconds. Mark behind 390.
Good. Back off here. 3 miles.
3 miles. Mark 400.
Now
2 miles. Mark 402.
Smoke on. Contact. Ready, hit it. Okay, cheers there. Ease pull, rolling out. Cheers clear, and clear on the ground for the opposing in the section invert contact.
Let's go left. Power set 80. 360. 350. Coming further left. 350. Adding power. 340. Little further left. Little more. Pull. 345. 350. Adding a little more power. Further left and a little more. Pull. 360. Power set 90. 360. A little further left and a little more. Pull. 365. One more pull. 375. Ease in the pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. The inverted tug roll. Little inboard to outboard. 400 mark.
You got 2 lub check hook.
Ready. Inboard.
It's okay.
A little more drive. Ease and a little power. A little more easing of the drive. Ready. Click. A little further left and a little pull. Adding a little power. Smoke. Up. Ease in the pull and rolling out. Souls behind crowd setting up the solo rolls. Correction section roll.
Sure.
Adding a little power. We're coming back left. Comes the pull. A little more left and a little more pull. Power set 90. Comes the pull. Rolling out a little. Ease and some pull. Easing out more. Pull. Rolling out. Smoke off. We're in for the section roll up. We go a little pull. Okay. Ease in the roll. A little pull. Ease in the pull. Coming back left for the fleur-de-lis. A little more pull. A little further left. A little further left. Little more pull. Rolling out some bank. Easing out some pull. Easing out more pull. Little further left. Easing more pull. This will be a quick rollout. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. The fleur-de-lis up. We go. Little pull. Ready, break.
Ready, roll.
Clear.
Smoke on. Stand by, roll. And pull.
Contact.
Ace pull. Rolling out. Trace coming left for the dirty clean loop.
Left.
I think my brain solved it.
Good. for you.
Chariot's turn in 500 knots, power's idle for the solo loop 4.5. Four miles, mark 400, brakes. Three miles, mark 275. Stand by the boards, 200. Stand by the flaps. Smoke on, gear, 200, 2 miles, 1 mile, mark mill. Up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 2.5. Ease the pull horizon. Now brakes. Horizontal pull. Nose down. A little more pull. Brakes. Adding power. Ease in the pull. Stand by the gear. Hook flaps. Smoke off. Chariot's brake left.
Let's go back right.
Nice work, Leb.
Power set 80. 360. Adding a little power.
Contact.
And further right, a little more pull. Adding power. Power set 9360. Further right, and a little more pull. Easing out the pull. Easing out more pull, a little further right. Easing out more pull, a little further right. We're at 3 miles for the section loop.
You'll have 6 miles.
A little further right. And a little pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out the section loop. Smoke on. Power set. Little slow. Up we go. A little more pull. Vertical 5-0. Easing out a little. Horizon now. Board. Comes the pull. Easing some power. A little more pull. A little more pull. Stand by the boards. Boards more. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. Coming right. Set.
That's weird.
Smoke on. Coming back left. Adding a little power. Power set. Rolling through. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Duck Excellent left-hand turn for the loop, right crossbox, 200.
Sure, 450.
Going further left. And a little more. Pull. A little further left. A little more. Pull. Ease in the pull. Ease in more. Pull. Ease in the pull. And rolling out the loop. Brake cross. Little inboard, outboard. Well, right. Up we go a little more pull.
That happens every time. That's weird. I'm not adding power.
45 little right. A little pull. Ready, brake. Point 2 right, 1 in. Smoke. Level out. 1.5 mark. 4010. 1 mile mark 402. 1.5 mark 402. 2 miles mark 400. Little 2.5 mark smoke. 3 miles mark mill up we go for G mark. Vertical 4-5 8 alpha. Horizon now powers I 45 50 55 60 65 roll it. Little shout. 3 miles mark leveling out. 2 miles mark 405. A 1 mile mark 395. English is not my strong. 0.5 mark 400. Smoke.
Clear's clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the, I don't know, the section takeaway break. 380. $360. Adding power to 90. Power set. Coming left. Comes the pull. A little more. Pull 350. A little more. Pull 350. $340. Slows in left-hand turn for the section tuckaway brake. 325.
You'll have to
Chariot 340 coming further right. A little more. Pull. Ease in the pull. Roll out the section. Tuckaway brake. A little dry. A little more dry. Smoke on. Ease on the drive. Ready, hit it. Pull. Ease, pull, roll it out, smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Ease, pull, roll it out. Chariot's clear, 410. 2 miles, mark 405. 2.5, mark 400. 3 miles, mark 400. 3.5, mark 400. 4 miles, right power saddle coming right, comes the pull. We're circling 4.5 for the section flat pass.
What?
340. One more pull. Using the pull. Rolling out 310, adding power. .305. A little pull. 2. Level adding a little power. Power set 300.
You got your chair.
Chariot, smoke on. We're in for the section flat pass. Center point, coming right. Comes the pole. Smoke off. Stand by the gear. Gear. A little further right and a little more. Pull. Easing power. A little more pull. Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Ease in the pull. Comes the trim. We're rolling out. A little pull, adding power. A little more pull. Adding more power. And ease in some pull. Section is the front crowd for the section landing. Easing more pull and easing a little power. Adding power. Easing more pull. Easing a little power to 82. We're coming right. Check your spoilers are armed.
What?
Ease and some pull. Rolling out some bang. Ease and more pull. Easing power. Ease and more pull. Easing more power. Coming back right. Easing more power. A little pull. Easing more power. Rolling out. Easing more power. The section landing very high. A little dry. Adding power. A little pull.
Left down.
Stand by the brakes, brakes. Stand by the brakes, brakes. A little more brakes. Easy brakes. Off. Brakes now. Stand by the boards, boards. Spoilers. Flaps. Train's adding power to 60. We're coming left. Give me 2 and trail.
Leb.
Not nearly as good of a landing as last time. Stand by left turn. We're coming left, give me 2 on the right wing. I'm gonna go wide.
Leb.
Coming back right.
I'd love to blame that on you, but I blocked up my wheels.
Yeah, I didn't turn us early enough. That is actually my fault. I was thinking in Hornet taxi terms.
Yeah.
And you have to cut corners in the A4.
Yep, you don't.
Reduce that radius as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
BrotherLeb, go all clear.
Leb is clear.
Coming easy left. Sorry, easy right. No brakes. No power. Coming easy left. No power. Coming right for parking. Okay. Power cycle. A little brakes. Easy brakes. A little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and engines.
What?
And 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. That's a show.
Well,
Hooey.
most of that was garbaggio on my part, but the landing was okay.
Yeah, that's how I felt last time. This time, I was pretty good for 60% of it.
Good, dude. That's good.
I have some questions to ask you for sure, though. All right, let's hop out. You already closed the server down. All right, I'm
Got
gonna
it.
hop out from the hood.
Cool.
BrotherLeb, you got me?
There we go.
BrotherLeb, you got me.
Loud and clear. Tell you what, dude. If I'm not in before some of those maneuvers start, there is no hope. Like the line abreast loop,
Oh,
because you're
dude.
doing that at 450, like it's so you just like I thought I was like, oh, I'll just kind of work my way in, then I just like blasted past you because you're bleeding so much speed going up the hill. I was so looking forward to trying to do that better, and I just wasn't even in the ballpark because I didn't set up, or I didn't get a chance to set up well
Yeah, I didn't so.
because I screwed up the rejoin.
Yeah, I was like rolling out on it. And I was like, oh, he's like nose to nose with me. This is gonna go really badly.
Yeah, well, I haven't got the geometry of that figured out just yet,
Yeah.
and I don't know where you are in the sky and what kind of shape you're making. So I was kind of doing it visual, and the A4 turns out it's a really small jet. So I was like, I don't know what aspect he's on. I don't even know what heading he's on.
No, I'm having to zoom to see your aspect.
Mhm.
Like I'm spyglass zooming quite often.
I was doing that, but I still wasn't able to see it most of the time. Anyway, that's a me problem, and I will fix that for next time. Glad to be here.
All right, let's start this debrief off. Taxi was fine this time for me.
Yeah, taxi was fine. No comments about that.
Takeoff was too conservative this time. So I was high. So I gotta find the sweet spot in between. That's a C minus. Oh, no, it was safe. It's a C. Glad to be here.
I died. I ran into the ground. I didn't pull early enough. I delayed my rollout too long. I need to figure out what altitude I need to do that at, so I'm always doing it at the same altitude because I didn't give myself enough time to pull out and hit the ground. So that's an F. I should be dead. Fix my safety, so I'm glad to be here.
Glad you're still here.
It's a sim. It's a sim. It's a sim.
Oh, dude, you rolled out so late.
Uh-huh. Well, I think I pulled sharper. What I have 4,000 over the top.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's low.
I think I'm normally higher than
Yeah,
that.
you're normally higher.
I think I pulled a lot, and so
In the
didn't have as much time
Hornet,
coming down the hill. I should have just rolled right when I pointed at the ground, but I wanted, like, it looks cool if you, like, delay it just a little bit, but I shouldn't have waited that long.
So I think if you look at the tape, you'll see that they pull to like 80 or something and go up for a bit, and then they get to an altitude and pull over the top.
Okay.
But I don't know. Take a look.
Try that. I mean, like, I'm only doing 320 knots when I start that maneuver, so
That's
I don't have a lot of extra smash to play with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
I had more than I gave myself in that case. I probably had another 20 or 30 knots I could have. Anyway.
So my inbound timings were terrible this time, but knife edge. Look at this. We're gonna be 2 right again. That's hilarious. Hey, look, our knife edge timing was right on. Look
Yeah?
at that.
Nice. I forgot to count. I was just like, I think that's 3.
No, like, look at this.
Yep.
Roll out. Perfect. Nice. All right. So I guess knife edge, C, because I'm still like missing. I'm still at the same problem as far as missing center point goes. So C.
I'm also going to grade it as a C because I don't think my inbounds were very consistent. I think I was a little late and slow. I don't remember that far back right now. But I also forgot to count, so just did it on gut feel, and it happened to work out, but that's not how it's supposed to go, so C.
Inverted. I forgot where I was on this, but we're gonna hit 2 left again. This is hilarious. It's consistently 2 left. Yeah.
So that means, but that doesn't make any sense because if I'm correct, maybe our mile markers are wrong one direction versus a different direction.
Maybe they are.
Because like if we're always 2 left, regardless of who's coming from what direction.
Well, I
That
didn't
would
feel like I
indicate
was
that.
ever on time today. So let me get
Okay.
a show where I feel like I'm on time, and then we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, the turn behind crowd felt very level and good to me this time. So I'll call this one a C plus.
I just lost altitude inverted and had to catch it. But you were pretty low, so it worked out. I think I'm going to be low on the hit though, so this is a C minus.
Your clear looks non-standard.
Oh, that also was super wrong. I forgot this clear was really bad. Yeah, I didn't roll enough and was way too high, and didn't push enough. So yeah, lots of problems.
Okay.
D.
All right. The Blivet. I was way behind, and then I added too much smash, and I was way ahead, and so this hit is way further left than 2 left. So that's on me. Our drives are of a similar degree. I'm still higher than you, but
It was much closer this time though. Like I was.
yeah, we
like,
actually
I was,
look at that. We actually crossed at center at
Yeah.
our invented center point. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I was matching your ladders,
Uh-huh.
which your calling ladders helped a lot, and then I also was pretty close to you on altitude, so it was like, oh, cool. And you just kept calling stuff, so I was gonna call whether I was high or low, but you just kept calling stuff, so I was just like, whatever, I can do this visually from here, and it's fine. He's given me something very consistent to work with, so. I think this is a small bright spot in what is an otherwise kind of bad show by me.
I forgot to ease power idle. So I have way more smash than you headed down the hill. So and my downward angle is bad as well. So yeah, I'll fix that for next time. I'm gonna give myself a C on this one.
Let's see. So inbounds again were kind of inconsistent. Overrolled the roll in really far and was wobbly, but was able to match you up and fly you visually down. This is the closest I've ever been. I actually kind of scared myself. I was like, do I need to give myself a little bit more?
Yeah, I was scared.
But I was just like, I think this is fine. And my rollout was actually pretty good though. After the spin. Oh no, I overrolled the spin as well. Okay, never mind. Wah wah. This is a C.
You did actually give yourself a little bit of room. I saw you angling away from me.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. I think we did the right things. Still lots to work on. Alright, Fortis, hot trash turn-in for this. We were so far outboard it wasn't even funny. Yeah, I tried to not pitch up as much. I tried to not get high on this roll-in like last time. But that meant that I sank like a rock when I got inverted. So that was a bummer, and then I fixed it. And then we had to come a little bit right, and I was adjusting speeds because we were about to fall out of the sky. So this is just way worse than last time in every aspect. But the rollout was actually pretty good. So this is a D.
Yeah, it took me longer to get in this time, and then I was trying to hide the jet, and then I was a little close to you on the rollout, and then you're ready to roll in. I was still pretty close, so I was like, I'd rather do that and not have to fiddle with power. And then you sank a bunch, and I thought in my brain, I'm just going to hold this, but what I actually did was went down with you. And then you went up, and then I had to come back up to find you, and so I just created problems for myself, which I should not have done. Other than that, I was closer to in position this time around, but not quite. I think in the A4, I'm not going to be able to do the cool parallax thing I did with the Hornet, at least not to start. I'm just going to work for being dead abeam initially, and we'll improve from there.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the throttle control yet, though hopefully I'll get there. And then I missed the hook off on the rollout, or hook on the rollout, so need to work on that. And I was a little wide beam on this, though I like being a little bit wider when you're doing these inverted things, because as you'll see for the roll-in for the canopy roll, it got a little exciting.
Yeah, so what's your grade on that?
This is a C.
Alright, canopy roll. Turn-in was good, had plenty of time this time, so, yeah, my roll-in was a little unstable, and I sank like a rock. So that's not great. I should have yugged a little bit. I usually yug a little bit, and I didn't. I just rolled. That was a mistake. So I'm going to yug a smidge for my roll-in.
Okay, that's great.
But then I was able to stabilize and give a little bit of time before we went up the hill. And then the roll was pretty good. Had to do a little bit extra drive at the end, which means that we had to ease the drive quite a bit, and then my rollout was very sloppy. But we ended up rolling. We ended up canopies. My canopy, my butt was down right over crowd, so that's like just a little bit left of crowd. So I consider that a huge win. So going, turns out the same numbers doing the same speeds work out in the 18 versus the A4. So good on them. This is gonna be C minus.
I was already pretty close to in. That felt good, and I was like, all right, sweet, here we go. And then your roll-in caught me out, so I was a little behind because I pulled a little power. Mostly so I could see you, and then and try to figure out what you were doing. And then I was trying to get in, and then I was close at you started the maneuver, and I'm just a little, like just a hair sucked. But then I think I was rolling quicker than you, and it had a power setting that was off, and so then I freaked out and had to like adjust. And then I also, because of Hornet habits, pulled a bunch of power to deconflict, but that meant that I just was completely lost after that. I think I'm going to have to learn to isolate my axes a lot more. And just like, if there's a Y problem, you fix the Y problem. If there's an X problem, you fix the X problem. If there's a Z problem, you fix the Z problem. But you don't fix them all at once, or you don't use one of the other axes to fix it.
Yep.
Because then you just fall out. And so I fell out, and this is a C. Maybe even a C minus.
Section crossover. The roll. This took a while to get set up, but we ended up more on than we have been in the past. Pull to the heading was good. Pull up was good, and then my rolls I think were slow this time. But we're actually matching roll rates, so
Yeah, mine felt slower than last time, but I was wondering. I also rolled 9 times, but whatever.
I rolled 8.5, so you know how it is.
Or 9.5.
And then my comms were hot trash off the back end, so that's something to fix for next time. Dude, my brain was on fire.
I know. You heard me on the loop break cross.
I think I'm gonna go to like half a mile because we're significantly outboard.
Outboard, yeah.
So I'm gonna go for half a mile on this.
Works for me. There's like a ground reference I was doing in my practice shows that worked pretty well. It's like this boxy building.
Yeah, I've been using that as my yeah, I agree with that. That's also a good reference for lineup.
Yep. And you can line up. There's a crane with some boxy buildings like 2 miles outboard. You can line that up with the boxy building, and that works for your lineup.
But yeah, grading this is a C minus.
So I was just like scrambling to get back in. Though your rollout this side was a little cleaner, and I was able to stay closer, but I was a little sucked again, and I was on mill as we went up the hill, but I was trying not to outrun you. Was able to tuck in, and I was like, all right, what is a good sight picture here? So I was trying to stay high and back, and I'll be curious what that looks like from crowd, and like as close as I dared, and still feel like I could make that maneuver cross work, which I think worked. I think I'm just a little Yankee on the controls. I can be smoother. Rolls look pretty good. I did too many of them. And this is a C.
Alright, opposing 4-point. Let's see, where are we gonna hit on this? Look at this, we're gonna hit 2 left again. Yeah.
3 left, maybe?
Yeah, 3 left. But
At least,
still, like,
yeah.
I didn't feel like I felt like I was behind for this one, so it makes sense that we're left. Gross. I called the hit too late, so we had to do Hornet speed 4-point. Which is fine, but like the A4 speed 4-point's so much cooler in the A4. So you know, aside from that, like pull behind crowd was fine. Whatever, I'll fix this for next time. Glad to be your C minus.
Look at my speed, though. My roll speed's a little closer to the A4.
No, I don't mean like roll rate. I mean like the cadence. How long we spend on each axis.
That's what I'm saying.
I disagree. Oh, you mean at the end? Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah. But like, in order to get inverted at center point, we both had to roll too fast at the beginning, and that's my bad.
Yeah, my second knife edge was a little longer. Anyway, yeah. Inbounds were a little all over the place because I don't have a great reference point for turning in from this direction from outboard. I have one, but it's a little less consistent than the other. So I felt like I was just a little ahead on the inbounds, and you were behind, so that explains the 3 left. The 4 points were actually pretty good. The first one was a little quick because of the, like you said, the late timing. But I tried to delay, like hang on them as much as I could, a decent amount. So I'll give this one a C. Okay, the slow roll. I was a little quicker getting into it this time, but I think the actual roll itself was all right. Let's see what the altitude looks like. It was very gentle. I'm still working on getting the rudder a little smoother.
You were consistently climbing that whole time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's good to know you've got some room to play with.
Yeah, I've got room. Yeah. I haven't figured out the profile I want. I want it to have kind of an arc, but I'll work on that. Anyway, and then I think I smoked off and cleared just a little early, so... but I don't want to get too far, create angle problems for myself. But then I did this dumb rejoin, but that's the next maneuver. So this is this is a B. This is a slow roll.
Let rest loop. This one was on parameters. Minus having to add a little bit of pull on the back end. I'd like to not do that, so I need to pull a little bit more when we hit brakes, I think. Yeah, like... not immediately after we hit brakes, but like the pull rate needs to be higher because as we come down the hill, we're not making the circle work. So
yeah,
it's going to be more pull, and then when we come off the brakes, we're going to ease a little bit of pull, and then that should take us up. But yeah, this is pretty stinking good. Due to that, it's like was a smidge unsafe. I'm gonna give myself a C. Downgrading from a B.
So I don't know what... I think I should have held my original heading then turned in with you and had a longer arc so I could maintain airspeed and maybe go up the hill more so I could bring it back down and have tons of airspeed. But I need to get in by like 3 miles. Like it's so fast. Like I need to be in by probably 3 miles so that I'm set, because you're going up the hill at like 1 mile typically, and you're gaining speed the whole way. So maybe as I get better at this, I'll improve. But I was just way behind the entire way and having trouble getting in, doing like 480 knots. But and then when you're bringing out speed up the hill, and I was still military power, not bringing out speed, but as you were slowing down up the hill, then I was afraid I was going to outrun you, so I popped boards, which was dumb. And then I was military power the rest of the way. I delayed the boards and then kept military power and still couldn't catch you, no matter what I did. And then going up the hill, I was just like sort of living with where I was. But yeah, I was basically mil power the whole way and just tried to do things with boards and other stuff and wasn't able to pull it off. So bummer. This is I don't know how to grade this. Like, I think it's probably a D as far as like what is possible and what I need to be aiming for as far as like my own performance. This is the third time I've done this, so I don't know. But D.
Yeah,
This needs to
something
be way better.
something that I learned this time doing the inverted tuckover roll rejoin is unlike the 18 where you can just like point at the guy and then you yank yourself in.
Mhm.
In the A4, like you need to give yourself more. You need to keep more in the bag for longer.
Oh yeah,
Because-
I didn't think. Well, I was trying to limit the amount of angles I had to turn, but I didn't realize that you were going to be basically turning right into me because I couldn't tell where you were relative to crowd and stuff. So I just came to the parallel to crowd heading, but I was like, oh, this is like as soon as I turned in, I was like, this isn't going to work, and it was too late. But I didn't have a good sense of what was happening until it was too late.
Yeah, I'd say
So,
like, yeah, because what worked for me is, so in the Hornet, right, you do lead pursuit, and then you convert that to lag in the last little bit. And I feel like the A4 is the complete opposite. You do lag pursuit, and you convert that to lead in the last little bit.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think you're right.
Just so that you're storing up all of your energy and you've got full smash and you gain altitude, and then like at the end when you actually understand what you're looking at, you trade all of that for angle and for to get in, versus in the Hornet where you're like pulling on the guy and then you like ease off a little bit, slot in behind him and yank. Which is really fun and looks cool, but man, I mean, it's gonna be cool in the A4 too because it's gonna look really fast.
No, it'll be great once I figure it out. It's just a feel thing that
Yep.
this geometry problem is probably the hardest one I have to solve in
Yeah.
the show.
For sure.
Because you're coming at me, like regardless of which direction I'm facing, you're pointing back at me, and you're gaining speed, and so I have to turn more than you do and lose less speed if possible. So it's all just geometry. Because I also, even if I get in the right spot but I'm slow, I'll never catch up to you.
Yeah.
So I need to be going whatever speed you're going when I catch you, so that I can stay with you.
Or, yeah. When you put it that way, the first thing that I think is give yourself more altitude.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like once I clear, I'm just gonna climb and then drop in.
Yep.
Because I can always like gain altitude and store up energy
Yeah.
that way, and then turn in and pull on you.
Because then you should be able to retain some of
do it in.
some of your airspeed using that altitude coming down the hill.
The trick is like if I'm closing on you quickly,
Uh-huh.
which I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I need to keep my RPMs up.
Yeah.
If, you know.
Yeah.
So
These are things that I was thinking about this time too. I was like you'll if you watch the stream, you'll see me look down at the as I'm getting close to you. I look down at the RPM, lock it at 90, and then look back up and use the speed brake, and try and
Smart.
do it that way.
That's smart.
Man, it's the complete opposite of what you do in the of what you do in the 18. Oh man! All right, 8 points. It was a little sloppy. I was a little over on a few of the rolls, but this maneuver's so stinking easy in the A4. It's not even fun. I ain't B.
Yeah. Keep. Let's see. What are
That
we
takes
doing
us
now?
to the horizontal rolls. Once again, 2 left, and I felt like I was behind and then had too much smash coming to the last mile. So I don't know, man. I think it's a me problem. But
Okay.
once I get a show where I'm like, I nailed it, and then we can see like for like 3 or 4 of the maneuvers, then we can see where we end up. But it is weird that we keep hitting 2 left. This one, I felt like we were better on timing, though it felt a smidge late this time. Like just like a half second late.
I think I might have rolled too fast.
No, we rolled the same amounts.
All right, cool. The track file freaks the crap out, and
I mean, I got
This is
yours.
fine.
Well, yours freaked out a little bit, but like, yeah, we're rolling at about the same rate.
It's not full deflection, but
Nope.
it is most of the deflection.
Yeah. I feel like we could fit in another one.
4? Oh, I could definitely do 4. Do we want to do 4?
I think it'd look better if we did 4.
Okay, let's do 4.
How about this? This will be the new altitude for the vertical pitch.
What will?
I'll call how many rolls we're gonna do
Okay.
based
Sounds
on
good.
conditions and stuff like that.
Sure.
I feel like they'd do that. Anyway,
Yep.
moving on. Sorry, the grade for that is B minus.
It's really hard to be in the right spot and then get to the right spot. And I'll get better at this as I learn what speed and how long it takes you to do an 8-point where I need to be. Because I was roughly in the right spot, but I was just really, really slow. And so I got to 10 seconds a little bit behind and really slow. And so that just made the rest of it. I got up to the rest of the speeds just fine. And then I was like basically on it from 3 miles in. But which is like opposite of what happens to me in the Hornet, where like my 3 to 4 miles close-ish, and then it's like weird after that. But anyway, inside the box, this felt fine. I rolled very flat, consistent rolls. B.
All right.
Maybe B minus because of those inbounds.
Invertor.
Inverted Tor. Yeah, I tried to slow down a little bit more to give you more to work with coming in, but I had to speed up as we started coming back towards crowd. A little bit more like maneuvering to get lined up than I would prefer to do, like more pulling and easing and whatnot. But generally pretty good. We were a little bit outboard to inboard, and then we were a little bit inboard on the actual lineup once we got inverted, because I think I was just a hair right wing down. So I need to fix that, or maybe I had some rudder in. But yeah, that needs to be better. And then we sank a little bit, and I added a little bit of power that I didn't need to add. So there's just a variety of things that are kind of a mess here. And then I completely forgot that like I keep leading after I roll out of this. So I didn't wait for you to call clear, and I didn't hear it, so that's bad on me. This is a C minus.
Yeah, rejoin was good. This is exactly what I should be doing. But it is really unfortunate this is the first formation thing that I do in the show.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
So like, until we get good at this is just gonna be a sloppy maneuver, and it sucks. But I'm focused on being close to you, and not focused on hiding the jet right now, because I haven't accomplished being close to you. But this was way better. Once I got into a position, I stayed there the whole time, but your addition of power I did not catch because I just wasn't mentally expecting it. So I got behind you and had to add a bunch of power up to try and catch up. But the rolls were perfectly timed. I still added a little bit of pull instinctually, which was dumb. But I eased it out and then got tucked back in. I mean, I'm sorry you didn't wait for me to call clear. I wouldn't have called it.
Okay.
Because I was focused on everything else. So that's my bad. I will fix that for next time. Glad to be here. This was a D.
Yeah, you're the only one who can call
I know
clear.
I know that
call it
intellectually
just
when
as
I'm not
habit,
flying.
Yeah, but so eventually, once we get to the place where we can have extra brain cells, that'll be a thing that we need to make sure we're doing.
Exactly.
Cool. Alrighty. This section roll. This one pretty solid. I don't have a lot to say about this. The lineup was not the best, so we were a little bit shallow in the angle. Like I want to be a little bit more of an angle as we do this, as opposed to coming like the direction we were. And we were more or less inverted over crowd. And there's a little bit of pull in the rollout, but I'm going to call this one a B.
So I started to figure out how this worked. I would like get far away from you and then just like lock a throttle position, see what that did in relation to your jet, and then if it was speeding up, then I'd ease back a little bit. Like I'd ease to a new position that I thought would be accurate, and then use that as my reference, and then just like, and then do like back forward, oop, that's too far back, forward back, like, and like, you know, forward neutral, back neutral, just like do that kind of action, and that worked out really well. Was I in the whole time? No. Was I pretty close to in the whole time? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you are. This looks pretty good.
Like, this is pretty good. I got a little sucked a little under you in the roll. There's just like, when you are maneuvering, like when you're coming around corners and stuff, I have to have more power. When you're easing out and rolling out, I have to ease power. Like,
Yep, that's true.
you know, just the geometry of the thing. And so like as you're rolling, like all the same problems that you were solving in the 18 are being solved in the A4 as well, but just differently. Like the inputs that you need to do to solve those problems are all different. But I mean, like this time as I was flying, I was like, all right, I can nail this. This is gonna happen. I see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Whereas last time we flew, I was like, it's probably gonna be 6 months. But my brain apparently worked on it, and coming around the corner for the fleur-de-lis, I was like in and feeling good. Then we broke out, and I didn't know how to get line abreast, so that was kind of funny. But as far as the delta, the section roll, I'm gonna give myself a B minus. I think I'm close. Actually, no, I'm gonna give myself a C. I would consider that to be like what I want fine to be from here on out. Fleur-de-lis.
All right, fleur-de-lis. The turn and it was just. I think I needed to keep rolling through earlier. I know because we were shallow on the angle from the section roll. I didn't have as much crowd left to travel as I normally do, so it was just a really like slow, gradual rollout with like a weird thing at the end. So that's not what I wanted to be doing. I drove more than you again.
That's my bad. We'll talk about it.
Okay, cool. That was annoying. I was like, I thought I fixed it. Other than that, I think I need a head check when I'm inverted. If you're high, I'm not going to see you. I need to, trying to find you and not hit you. I got close. I saw you much earlier then, so it looks scarier in this attack view than it actually was because I had visual as soon as I was on the knife edge. But this is a C minus, I think. If C is fine, then this is a C minus.
C is like, this is the worst I want it to be. While it's still being acceptable.
Yeah, the C minus. This is on the edge of acceptability. It's probably okay, but I know it can be better, and I want it to be better. C to me is like mediocre.
Yeah.
B is like, that's in the ballpark. Not great, but in the ballpark. And then B plus to A is like, oh, hey, we're really, really doing this well.
B plus is like, that was awesome. And then A is like, I can improve literally nothing.
Yeah. This is a C minus, I think, to me.
Yeah. There is no 97% or 92% A's. These are 100% A's in this class. Fleur-de-lis, the line abreast was hard for me to get to, and then I was so task saturated that I didn't even remember what I said my parameter was going to be. Also, I didn't know how I did like compared to last time. It seemed like we were more nose up than we were, and I just
Maybe.
didn't have. I didn't clock that early enough.
Let me look. I don't know that I have a very solid knowledge of where the 15-degree marker on the ball for the. Yeah, we were 20 degrees nose high. So that's why.
Helps, but also that shouldn't matter. The goal is to hit level by the time we do the rolls, and I should or like we should be level when we get inverted, and I didn't do that. So that's my bad. I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here. The roll behind crowd was fine, and I overrolled it, and so I sank a ton, and you climbed a ton to try and get to me, and so it was just a hot mess. That's a safety. I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here. So what do I grade this? This is a D, close to a D minus.
Oh gee.
I didn't get a single parameter correct, minus my bank angle on the split. Like, it wasn't like there weren't any major safeties, but like this is this is about as bad as it can get.
Oh, holy Toledo! I overrolled the crap out of the inverted. Whoa!
Yeah, you did. Holy God.
That's so bad. That's definitely a C minus. Woof. Oh gosh.
All right. The dirty clean loop.
Dirty clean loop.
Dude, it's gonna be a bit before my brain can keep up with everything I have to do here. I'm glad that you were able to make this work, because sweet lord, my brain was not keeping up. But yeah, I hit everything that I needed to at the right times. It's just I didn't communicate them clearly at all. So like, there's not much to talk about in regards to this. I guess the one thing to talk about, which doesn't really matter to you, but I didn't ever get my trim set correctly. So I was actually trimming as I went up the hill to make sure I had enough pull on the back end with the speed brake problem. Because with the speed brake pushing the stick forward, you literally run out of maximum pull before you can pull hard enough on the back end. You have to have a significant amount when you're coming into the maneuver at the 1 mile mark. At 200 knots with the gear down, flaps down, you need to have like a good 25% push in order to pull this out on the back end. So I was trimming as I went up the hill. But yeah, it came down off the back end, nice and flat on altitude. You came by right at the right point. I was like, this feels good. I don't know how he did that, because I'm all over the place. But yeah, then right behind crowd. So I'm gonna give this a C. I think that this is this is fine. I want to do better at communicating all of it. But yeah, I'll take this.
Like last time, I don't know how I made this work. I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those maneuvers, and I can't remember what a good example from the Hornet show is, where I'm nailing it. I'm doing pretty well early, and then it's going to suddenly get way out of parameters and be way off. And so but right now it's going all right. You called the 3 mile mark in your speed, and I was at almost 5 miles. So I was like, better turn in, and I had altitude to get airspeed. And then I don't remember whether you said anything about speed or distance until you called smoke on. And the whole time I was just like, where the crap is he? I can't see him. What if I'm going faster than him? So I pulled out some boards on the way in. I was just like, I don't know where he is. And then you called smoke on. I was like, I could see him. Okay, great. I could time this right. And I was like, how far in is too far in? I'm going to pass him, but I can't be slow because I won't be able to make this loop. So I was speeding up, and I was like, all right, fine. If I pass him at around 1 mile or inside of a mile, that's probably fine. It ended up working out. I passed you basically over the numbers.
Yeah.
And then you called your vertical, and I was already through the vertical, so I just kind of delayed the pull and floated over the top, and then found you in the canopy right where I expected you to be, and just kind of jockeyed throttle and pull to try to get past you once you'd kind of leveled out a little bit. There's a certain point at which you're just like, I can't fix this. I'm
Yep.
just going to go by, or I'm just going to be late. But I was within the kind of range enough to be able to kind of get it in there. So, what do I grade this? That's a great question. I have no idea. I'm going to call it a C plus because I think I made it work, and this is definitely kind of in the range of acceptability. But I'm not going to grade any higher than that because I don't know that any of this is representative, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, like, good job, you did a thing. But I think it was partly blind luck and partly just like we're still new at this. And so, if
So
you had
cool.
flown a really, really good maneuver, I don't know that I would have necessarily been in then.
Well, I think I did.
Even though I
just
happened
didn't
to be.
communicate a good maneuver.
Well, that's the thing, and I don't think I know what to do with good communication even when you give it. Now, I need to start to learn, so I need you to give it. But like, if you've been giving me really good communication, I might have overthought it and screwed up. So, anyway, but this ended up being a really nice looking, dirty clean loop. I'm a little wide. I want to get a little more like even relative to you, if at all possible. I don't know if it is.
Even as you mean like in the loop itself?
Yeah, so look at the shape of the loop once we are
Yeah.
done with it.
I think realistically, I need to start this later.
Yeah, if you start it a little later, and then I need to start it later if you start it later, so that I have more time
I think
before I start
I
going
don't
up the
think-
hill.
Yeah, I think you need some time. I think like you pass me and then I go up the hill, and then that'll give you your over the top over me.
And then I need to wait once I pass you, though, because you go up the hill,
correct.
and then I don't know,
Well, no, I
like a
don't
2
thi-
count. I don't know, something.
I don't know if you wait, but like you pass me and then I go up, instead of this time where you were passing me as I went up, which was really cool. It felt right, but it doesn't look right.
But if I'm going up when I pass you, and then you wait until I pass you, and then you go up, then you'll be going up at a slower rate than I will, and I'll be on the inside of your loop at the beginning, and that's not what I want. So I
That's
think
what
I
I'm
need a
saying.
delay.
Oh, I know what you mean.
That's
Yeah. Okay.
so. I want your loop to be inside of my loop. If that's the case, your loop needs to
Start earlier.
start going up before I start. But you need to wait till I pass you. I think
Yeah.
you're correct.
Uh-huh.
But then I need to not start going up until I've passed you for a second or two.
Well,
and I
okay.
was going
Yeah.
up as I went up.
I'm gonna try and get the start of the loop a little bit closer to center point, because right now I want this right here to be here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like this hook point where the both loops cross for me. I want that over center point. So I need to wait. I need to add it up at 3/4 of a mile instead of a mile.
Yeah, you were inverted dead over to center point
I
this
know,
time, though.
which was
so that-
great. But also,
Alright, cool, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do like it that way.
Yeah, maybe, and this might end up being like one of the best ones
We ever
that
do,
we do
yeah.
for a while, and there's like, and we tried to chase this one for a long time. So maybe this is, close to the Platonic
I mean,
ideal.
like
of this
if
maneuver.
you went up just
If I
a little
delayed
bit later, like
Yep.
maybe a second, then I think we would have been on top right over each other.
So maybe I just weighed a potato. Just pass you one potato pull.
I think that's probably smart, because I think you have enough to catch me on the back end.
Oh yeah, I pulled out some power because I was worried about losing you.
Great. Let's make that. Well, you make that adjustment, and I'll keep trying to not fry my brain performing this maneuver. All right, moving
All right,
on.
the section loop. All right, so after doing that loop, then we get to do another loop. Yay! The big thing I want to say about this one is that I didn't have enough pull on the back end of it, and so I needed to bring in pull and pull the boards out in order to get back the authority in order to make the pull and not kill us. And that probably was nigh on impossible to follow. So that's a problem, probably a safety, and I'll fix that for next time I have to be here. This is a D-, if not an F. The rest of the maneuver, was fine. It's a little lopsided, but I think that particular moment, you could see it in the shape of the loop, needs to be improved.
I want to ask you a question. I don't know if you've been in close enough for the line abreast loop to feel this, but do you feel like at the 45, the leader just suddenly loses power?
The line abreast loop, it did. That was so I was catching you in the line abreast loop, but that was like where I felt like I shot past you.
Yeah, I feel like that too. When I'm in formation, I'm like locked in or close to it, and at the 90, it looks like I just shoot right by you, and then I bleed a bunch of speed, and then I'm trying to catch up, and then like same thing happens at the 90 down. I just like rocket by, and then I'm trying to fix it. So like maybe that's something we have to account for, but like it doesn't make sense.
Don't really know.
Yeah, I'm not confident that it's not a me problem enough yet to get to say, but I'm going to pay attention to this science experiment the next time I do this because it happened on both this loop and the loop break cross loop.
Yeah. I guess you follow me on more loops than I follow you. The feeling that I have felt when I'm flying off of you, and I haven't even been close enough to really know, is that I feel like I am worried about falling back, so I'm adding a little bit of power to make sure that I stay in. And there's a point at which I think like gravity, there it is, gravity kicks in.
Guess
maybe in the sim or something like that, and or maybe it switches over to the inverted flight profile or something like that, and then the power addition plus the plus all that weird jangling. I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Me neither. But like, you'll see it in both places.
Yeah, I saw it just there.
Let me get DCS running because I keep forgetting to do that.
Yeah, how would you grade? I'm going to grade this a D- as far as what I did.
D, flat D. As you'll see, like throttle's out, so I'm gaining a little bit, but I shouldn't be gaining that much. The throttle's still, it's locked at 80, and then I just like,
kind of scoot in a little. Yeah.
So like. Let's see. What's my
that? So that feels
here?
like that when you scooted in, it was like
90. So like I feel like I'm locked in now. Oh, I did add power on the up one. Look at that, 95. So that one's on me, for sure. This one feels weird because like it just suddenly happens and then I drop power,
that was where the stand by the boards, but usually I should shoot out a little ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because I don't always remember to wait before I do it.
Yeah. So, well, I'm pretty good at anticipating how you lead at this point, given how many years we've been doing this. But anywho, I wasn't very in for this loop, in my opinion. So I don't like it. It's a D. Moving on.
All right, the loop break cross. So I still haven't figured out how I prefer to do that turn back to center point, but we were more or less on altitude profile, the rest of it. Getting set up, we had the speed we needed, did a little more pull. Because we came inboard to outboard and we had a little bit of left wing down on the way up, we ended up drifting inboard, which is a bummer, so we were at least 2 right and at least 1 inboard, which is not where I want to be. And I even tried to correct it at the top with a little bit of right, but I don't know that that was the wisest decision either. Probably could have brought in more pull, but I didn't want to throw you out, so that's not great. And then inbounds and outbounds were both all over the place because my brain was pretty fried, as you mentioned. Angles are good, though. Look at that. That looks pretty sick. And then I actually lost speed in the last mile, so you were ahead, and that was my fault. So I saw it was going to happen, and I was like, oh, I screwed him up, and it's too late to fix it because the A4 can't accelerate that fast. So that's on you, and I'm going to call that. That's on me. Sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant on me. I meant it's not on you. I'm going to call that a D. I can do much better in all categories.
I just need to work on loops. I just drop out going up the hill every time.
Me too, man.
So yeah, that's gonna be. It's just the amount of pull that you have to have in the A4. It's just hard. It's hard.
And you're gonna need just a smidge more throttle while you do it.
Yep. Woof. Anywho, yeah. So I fell out again, and then I was pretty in over the top. When you did the right, like you did the like, it was really cool because you called that, and I could tell that the world shifted, but you didn't, and I was like, ah, yes. The Blue
That's cool.
Angel Zen.
That's cool.
It's just like suddenly the world just starts shifting a little bit in the around the jets, and I'm like, ah.
Well, and knowing that it's so much more stable,
It's so easy
roll-wise,
to make those adjustments.
it's just like, all right, I'm gonna start making these adjustments if I've got to,
Dude,
because
it's so nice. Like when you were rolling out for the roll, I was just like, this is a non-issue. Like in the 18, you're like,
you're like stressing about the like little pitch buffets and
and like,
PIO.
and this is just like, it's a little ease. You know, like it's really it's a non-issue. So yeah, the breakout was fine, and then I was half a mile ahead, so I checked boards down to 320, and then went mill all the way out to the 3 mile mark where we went up, and then I followed you right up to 4 miles and locked in. Right up to 4G and locked in 4G, and then I was early on the vertical, and then way early on the horizon. So I don't know what on earth happened there, but that's
you're slower, so your loop is quicker. I think.
But then my alpha should fix it on the back end, because I should be carrying the same alpha, but that alpha should be leading to less pull on the back end, right?
Theory, but if you're already early at the
Anyway, I was hanging out at 60 down because I decided to shallow up because I knew I was out further than you for like a minute before you got to 65, and I was like, I'm gonna crater this thing.
Oh, I forgot. That was also really slow.
Yeah.
I've been trying. So in the past 2 of these shows, I've actually pulled a little bit while I'm inverted to make sure that ladder is consistent. I didn't, and it just slowed way down. So I'm going to try and make the ladder timing consistent regardless of input. So just be aware of that, because I'm assuming you're following my ladder, and if I'm keeping the ladders ticking down like a metronome, then that should be easier to follow. So I will make that change for next time.
Anywho, I had to pull out early, and then I knew I was going to be ahead, so I dropped a bunch of power, and then you started calling your timings, and I was like, actually. So at about the 2 mile mark, I chucked it in mill, and then was like, I'm probably going to be early, but I can't afford to not have the power in right now.
Yep.
So I just kept it in and was a little early. So I'm going to give myself a C-, because I want to make the loops better. Alright, so the section tuck-away break. The turn, so I decided to do a power modulation on the outbound to give you some speed back. So I bled it down to 350 and then added it up to 90% before I got into the turn. And then I think I'm going to be consistent at that just to give you some more room. Because I don't know. See, the solos will both be coming from the same direction, and they do a scissor rejoin, probably.
Probably.
Because they'd be crossing. What would they? They'd be crossing like that, right? Yeah. Because four comes from here. There'll be 6 and 5. So 5 would go out here and circle back, and 6 would cut back and rejoin with him and come back. So
yeah,
it's likely
6 is going to be getting in late, and he's just got the inverse of what I was doing for the line abreast loop.
Yeah. So I think he'd probably cut some power and then add back in the RPM in the turn. So I'm gonna keep doing that to give you some room.
Okay.
And then we were just on line for a hot minute, So I had a lot of time to think about how I was going to do this, and I don't think I overrolled it too much this time. In fact, I almost underrolled it, but then...
That looks good.
Yeah, dude.
Actually looks good.
That's a good one. So it's going to feel really awful to you because of the track file time, like the server timing, but that looks like it should be, dude. That looks so good. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah.
I'm guessing you're going to be a little quote-unquote low compared to me and crowd because of how high we were. That's my bad. I want this to be like 250 feet.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing a little bit more like altitude adjustments before we get online for this to make sure that we're at the right altitude.
That's fine.
So we're probably going to get down to about 200, like 175, 200, and then I'm going to let the nose climb like I did this time so that our turn is level. Because
that's what I would recommend. Yeah, it's like do the altitude early and start low.
Yep. And then we'll climb a little bit so that these turns are level like they were this time. Which means that just beware of buildings. But yeah, aside from that, this is on parameter. If a smidge slow, 90 wasn't quite enough to get us up to 450 knots, which is where I want this to be, but it didn't feel too bad, so I think I might just stick with what we have here.
Yeah, that worked for me.
And yeah, smoke offs and turns behind crowd were good. I think this is a B.
All right. So I tried a completely different rejoin this time, and I should have come all the way to crowd left heading. Yeah. I didn't. I did the crowd front left clear, and so that created kind of a problem for rejoin, but I was able to work it, and it was fine. I actually got in, I don't know, the 45-ish felt like, and then I was like, I don't really know what position I should be in, so I'm just going to kind of make a guess. I'm going to be half a jet high and like 2 jets back, and that's what I'm going to guess is probably good. And it looks pretty good. I think I could even be maybe a jet and a half back. But we'll see what it looks like from crowd. This feels like a C+.
Gosh, that looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first one that we've gotten relatively in parameters. Yeah, I like it. It's kind of a weird maneuver. I find this and the crossover to be a little funky.
Yeah.
But like, I think we're doing it pretty well. All right, let's move on to the flat pass. This is my fault. I think you had a pretty decent rejoin setup, but I'm inboard of crowd.
Okay.
So, you probably needed to pull a little bit harder looking at lineup.
Well, I'm just doing it visually. Like, I'm just trying to do it visually. So I'm like waiting. Yeah. If you see, like, I have a really shallow turn to start with, which I'm trying to, like, basically wait till I see your, like, the aspect start to change. So that means you've passed through, like, the 90.
Yeah.
And then I just pull into you and try to line up after that.
Yeah.
It's not probably going to be super, super smooth for a while. I'll get there, but it's not.
But anywho, once we got rolled out, we were inboard to outboard, and I just kind of like stuck it and tried to get the power in a good place. And we just ended up being a little slow, but I was like, it's fine. Yeah, but we stuck it, and then we came right. I think I smoked off at the right time, but I'll be curious to see. And then I'm going to get to the landing as a separate maneuver, because it's worth talking about as a separate maneuver. This is a C.
Yeah, so rejoin we already talked about. I won't go over that again. It took me a while to kind of get in, and I was realizing as I was flying, so this is like the 3rd time I fly formation in the show. Like, I don't fly formation in the show very much, the way we've got it, because I'm leading a lot of these. And so I was able to like practice and figure out some things that I wish I had time to do in like the line abreast loop and the canopy roll, which meant that my formation was just consistently approved for this whole sequence. This is a C. I can be better. I was a little ahead of you at the 1 mile mark, and I was a little bit sucked at the center point.
Yeah.
And I was a little low and a little wide. Yep.
We are at the very beginning of an inverse exponential curve in our formation fly.
Yeah.
Where we are, every time we formation fly, we improve drastically. And then it's going to start tapering off drastically. Starting probably about 2 flights from now.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna hit that plateau where we are like, we suck for like a year. And that's how it goes. 'Cause we
Because
don't,
you get good enough to get in there, and then really every little mistake you make feels huge.
yeah. Anywho, landing, I felt like I handled the gear, the flaps, and the trim better this time. But then I just could not get the speed to cooperate. First, it like was at 140 and decreasing, and it wouldn't like fix. And then suddenly we started climbing like a dog, and the speed gained to 160. I hadn't touched the power. I was like, what happened? I decided we were gonna live with 145, and then suddenly like the jet's like whee. It's like I don't know what's going on. So I was trying to fix all that, and then we came right, and then we were coming in too quick, so I had to ease it out, and then we were super high, so I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna like make a hard right turn. We're just gonna drop the nose and drop into it and ease power, and so that's what I did, and had us like essentially Air Force land this thing. So it just kind of sucked. But dude, like, good job on the formation landing. Holy cow. Because I was like, there's no way. Like, he handled that well. This is a disaster. But I tried to be really clear on my communication on when the brakes were coming and stuff like that. And then the taxi back was a hot mess. I don't want to talk about it. That's a D.
Looking at the shape of this, I think if you'd kept your turn rate from the first 45 coming in toward the landing, you might have worked out.
No, because we were climbing. The problem was not the turn. The problem was the altitude. So I needed to roll out to lose some altitude. Like
You can lose altitude with more bank though, because you get less like lift, or you have less like vertical lift because you get more horizontal lift from the way the wings are.
that's not the part that I'm disappointed with. the turn. Like I think I can. Giving us a longer lineup is a good thing because as it was, we were gonna be rolling out like short final.
Okay.
So like. Anyway.
Yeah, so I was pretty in after the section flat pass thingy. And I just was like, all right, now is the time to like actually practice what I said I was going to do about power settings, which is a variation or sort of similar to what you were talking about earlier with the sort of like, all right, set it, see what happens, minor adjustments, see what happens. And that definitely worked. I was still chasing it a lot, but I was basically in the entire way. And then I made a sort of an agreement with myself as you began to maneuver to line us up on center line. And I was like, all right, unless I'm going to hit him, I'm just going to hold what I got and see what happens. And if I think I need to make an adjustment so I don't hit him or I don't get in front of him. And so I was just like, if he's got the thing in the like where it should be, it'll basically just fly itself in like that. And then you had to make some adjustments, and I was sort of trying to follow it. But I was like, I think we should be fine. And we more or less were. I got a little behind you. But I wasn't quite in like close formation once we touched down. But I also didn't want to be like right on top of you when we touched down either. But this feels like this is probably in the ballpark of a B minus.
Yeah, I would say so. Looking at how you flew it, and I think, considering the fact that this is the first like representative formation landing we've done, it makes sense that you would give a little bit more room, because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, I didn't. I was like, once we touched down, like, what's gonna happen? And I was like, I don't even remember what inputs you do, and so I was just like, I remembered the quote from
Yep, that's what I did.
Gil Rudd, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get down, full, stick forward, little tap of brakes.
Yep.
But yeah, B minus.
That's exactly what. Yeah, that was yeah.
And then the taxi, I don't know, taxis, I don't really care yet. Like, we'll get to the point where I care a lot about the taxi, but I'm not at that point yet. It's actually not as bad as I felt like it was. Like, as far as taxiing, it's like, oh, this is so hard. It's like, well, as long as you're taxiing straight, it's not too bad. It's the turns that are funky, and I'll learn how to deal with that.
Yeah. You know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I wasn't feeling that way after the last play we did.
There were some things that were like tunnel light moments in this one, or others that were less so.
Yeah, I felt that way last time. I wanted to I was so mad at myself for how I flew form last time.
It's funny you mention that because that's basically the way I figured out. I was like, man, I really want that formation to be better, and I want to go practice it. Like, I'm frustrated that I haven't gotten an opportunity to even like try to be in for a loop.
Yeah.
But I have to remember, this is our third show.
Third, yes. This is number 3. Yeah, it's funny. Like, someone asked, like, why are you going over to the center point, like, to start? I'm like, because taxi is not relevant yet. Like, we are not at that point. We are doing it because it's good to practice, but as far as, like, we are El Centro mode. We, like, no one's on the ground grading our taxi right now.
What was the comment about center point? I was confused.
Why do I move the camera to center point?
Oh, yeah,
Right at the beginning of the replay.
This early taxi does not matter.
Not right now. 50, 0. Actually, it doesn't matter. Because I don't change that, so I can leave helmet because I... Yeah.
And we traditionally in these tape sessions have gone to center point from the beginning of the track file.
Yeah. Just usually
Maybe
it's
it's
closer to...
Yep. Well, the out of chocks is easily the least interesting part of the show.
Yep. Yeah, I think the issue I had last time was I didn't have enough alpha when I started. That's pretty good. I'd say that's fine.
That looks like a plenty fine roll. You could be a little spicier, but you don't need to. That still looks cool.
Yeah.
And there's like trees underneath you the whole time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's low, and he's inverted with the gear up or down.
I just want to get it like they have in the Van Halen video where he's like 2 inches off the ground.
Yeah. All right, get ready for a wicked overroll on this aileron roll here. Ready, puke it. God, it's grody.
Did we talk about trying to roll at center point? Whether that was
Yeah, you did, and I forgot.
possible?
Well, I hit the ground, as you'll see here in a second. So
No, I meant on the way out.
that's what I'm talking about. I
No.
hit the ground on the way out. So you want me to roll about like in a second or two
No,
here,
I
right?
meant
When I pass
earlier,
that point.
like
Oh. All right. So when I do
your low
my
transition.
low transition,
Yeah.
I don't have enough speed.
Okay.
I'm too low, and I don't have enough speed.
Okay.
I don't think I could actually complete it safely. I'll have to go look at tape and see if they do it. If they do it, I'll try, but like it feels marginal. Like I'm trying to get at least 300 knots on the jet before I do any aileron roll.
And there. Sorry.
Ooh, I was low.
That was on
Bummer.
me. That was too much rudder. You can see it in the jet. It does not need that much rudder at 400 knots. It's funny, both of us were trying to fix the, like, the altitude on this one was funny.
Yep. I sank. Kind of like that. You just aren't watching me. Oh, so low. And then this was My clear was gross.
Better.
Horrible.
Better.
Yeah, yours looks much better.
I need to smoke off before we roll. That was another mistake that I made. Alright, blivet. I'm really curious to see how this looks, because this was
Best we've done.
the best we've done. Was it good? No, not yet. Especially this. Ooh, the hit was pretty nice, even though it was like gajillions left.
The altitude's easier to do in this thing because I could just like get right on top of you.
Yeah.
Because we're not maneuvering until we pass center point, so I could just get like wingtip to wingtip.
Don't face the crowd. Whatever. Interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
So you have to be
It was
higher than
much
me.
closer.
Like we were very close to each other, but it didn't look like it. Interesting.
I think
So you're gonna have to be higher than me.
part of that's the parallax
Yeah.
too, because we're right above crowd. Like if we were indexed away from crowd more, then the fact that the pretzel was good would look better from crowd. I don't know how to do that, but yeah.
Interesting. Wonder how you can make that rejoin easier. Ooh,
I just came too far crowd right.
look at you.
Almost hit it.
You almost
just
hit it
too
for a
low.
moment, yeah.
Yep.
I was so close. It was gonna be so good. Ugh. Damn. Yeah, and then we had to come back towards the crowd, so it doesn't look as good. Bleh. I did not help you make this look nice at all.
Gotta get line of rest. This is gonna be super
I came right
hard.
too early. Ugh. Yeah, okay. This is even. I'm downgrading to a D.
I think one of the reasons why you came to right too early, and I have the same problem when we do the section loop, is that the where center point is on this show site
Yeah.
is so far crowd, or not crowd right, like right on the runway that
Yeah.
you feel like you got to get out of there and
Yep.
turn behind crowd. You don't. You can just fly out over the city until the stadium, and that's 1 mile.
Yep.
Swim, 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 swim.
There's that
We're
hook.
behind. Yeah.
Ah!
That was too
Yep.
fast. Oh no. And
that's
I'm
the end
out
of it.
for the rest of the maneuver.
Yep.
Yep.
Classic. Classic A4 shenanigans.
I like the smoke though. The adjustment was
Yeah.
good.
No,
It's cool to come back in and see your smoke maneuvers.
and
hanging
in it,
there.
oh god, that was a terrible rollout. On a clear day, like with winds calm, it's like this. And like I've been at a show site, and it's like
Between section maneuvers, because like I
Yeah.
know that it happens in between
Yeah.
like delta
No.
or diamond and
between sections,
solos.
Well, I mean, so for example, the delta roll to delta to fleur de
the
lis,
fleur de lis.
like the smoke's still there,
Uh-huh.
a little higher.
Yeah, I need to be a little higher.
That looks cool.
So I got to be like a whole jet high.
Yeah.
Interesting. It'd be hard to get that right, but I'll get there. I remember you dialing in the OMRT, and I was like, I don't know why you would talk about that so much, but now I know why.
Oh, this roll is hot trash. Look at that disgusting roll. Oh my gosh. Okay. Need to work on that nonsense.
I should go back and look at mine. I don't know if
That
it was
was
good or not, but that
really
was really
bad.
funny to hear you respond to that.
think I'm just going to have to do it based on sight instead of looking at the ball. Because I need to be able to look at what attitude is going on. Alright, 4-point. Which is hard with the clouds that we have, because I'm staring at a cloud and I have not enough contrast. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. I need to pull up to 10 there. I keep forgetting to do it. He's somewhere. I believe he exists. BrotherLeb exists. There he is. Yeah, you don't need quite as much pull.
Nope. Yeah, and then I was climbing in the middle of that, and I didn't do that as much. Alrighty. Stuff to work on.
Yep. A little early. And quote-unquote stick it, as they say. And, on that one you could probably roll out to level.
You know, you said that, and I just don't like how it looks.
Okay.
I want a little flourish.
Hello, there was a jet there that I was looking at. Why are you over here? There we go. Is that
Just
you?
me paddling as fast as I can
Yeah, that's you.
behind you.
That's me. Quarter mile back.
I don't know if the hook adds drag or not. That's another thing I'm not sure
I don't
about.
think it does. It didn't feel like it was modeled. It's not modeled in the 18. And if it is, it's minimal.
Yeah. It shouldn't add too much. It's a circly thing. Ah, interesting. Yeah, my roll was pretty neutral for the blibbit. I don't know what I'm doing differently than you are, but I
can. Nice. Good smoke off. That was good. It's probably about.
Oh, you want? I worried that it was too late because you were just like chariot detached. And I was like, oh crap! Right, smoke.
No, that was about right because it would take because he's gonna call the roll and then smoke off as boss. So like it would hang for a bit.
Okay.
Because
cool.
we want to see the split and then you smoke off.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yes, nice and level. Yeah, that one overrolled. Yeah, snappy.
That's cool. That was very cool.
It's really fun to do all that snappy stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to get more of that into the show.
Uh-huh. And the jet is snappy, that is for sure.
It behooves it. Alright, what are we doing? Horizontal rolls?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think we either do more or or roll slower. I think it's do more.
Guess. Okay. I want to go look at tape, see what the tape looks like, though. Because I do want it to look like it's supposed to.
Yep.
I don't necessarily need to do it the exact same amount of times, but I want the rolls to look like representative.
Yeah.
So you told me to do the hook thing, which like completely threw off my mental game for like 2 seconds. We sank a bunch.
Me trying to solve it.
Yeah.
Like full mill trying to get in.
Yeah, I added power once we got inverted, and I should not have done it, so that's my bad.
There we go. Yeah, you came left on this roll a lot faster than I expected.
It felt so gentle when I did it. I'll have to go back and watch the...
Got sucked. Half a jet length.
And then I should have just kept rolling through, but I didn't.
I was expecting you to.
I should have.
It's so
I
easy
forgot.
to follow you in this aircraft that I just was like, oh, I guess not. Yeah, here I am, like, locked in. Oh, no. Oh, get it back. Anyway.
I think part of what makes it hard is at 90%, like you said, that spot in the power curve. Like, the formation landing, I feel like I've got a little bit more forgiveness in the power range I'm playing with. But that the 90 and above, it's just so, like, woo! Or you're like, you have to bring a bunch back, but then you lose all your RPM.
There we go.
It looks cool.
That's right.
It's very cool.
It's, you know, I learned a lot from watching tape of you, like, where you dive out from formation, so it looks natural.
Yeah. Ooh, that was exciting. That's crazy. I was pulling more alpha, but you were the only one who's getting streamers.
Maybe maybe it only happens on the client side jet.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that used to be a thing with the 18 too. I hate the fact that I can't smoke on while the gear's down. Here he comes.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm going up too early. This looks so cool.
It feels cool to do too.
Like
you do a lot of really cool things in this show that I don't get to do, but this is one of the ones that I get to do, and it feels awesome.
This is so hard for me, so I'm glad you're enjoying it. That looked really good.
Yeah, dude, that was a good one. Hopefully, we can get other good ones. Period.
I need to put a little bit of the right rudder into that so I don't sink.
I'm just gonna come left at 1 mile and start setting up for the next thing.
Do whatever you got. Do whatever you want. I have time. I could have done more angle, but I was worried that I would do what you did for the line sloop. But I had a lot more angle to play with.
We were just a hair slow at the start of this loop, which also I think affected some of it.
Brakes are a necessity for these. I learned on my first training flight.
I was able to do loops without them, though I was doing a lot with the power.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that when we're flying formation. So, man, you caught that roll. I felt like it was so rapid.
It was
like, no.
I mean, it was rapid, but what was more concerning was the ease of the pull.
Yeah, and I was worried about that too. But I remember what I said in the last debrief. So I just need to do what I gotta do to do what I.
I mean, the problem I was having was I was already in weird places on the power curve with you, so like.
Yep, I know that.
I was having to do 6 things at once, and that was the problem. It wasn't anything you were doing.
Well, so it's interesting. So you're doing, like, you have all these sequences like I have in the Hornet show, which is these like weird like multiple like formation sequences one after another.
and you have one-offs. And the reason why I kind of built it that way is because you've had more practice in formation in general than I do. So this will help me build consistency. And we're building, and then here's me falling away. We're building off of the consistency that you've already built. Like,
I don't know. I think you're pretty good in formation. Like, I don't feel like you're behind me in formation.
well, I'm a little behind you in formation. Like, in general. I think I don't get into my own head about it nearly as much as you do, but like, when it comes to the principles, I'm behind you.
Yeah, we're like pretty far right. Look at that. Jeez. Okay.
Loving the Atmos X color.
Looks really good.
Like, come on, pull, please.
You can pull whenever you want. Nobody can look at two jets at once.
I know, but then I'm ahead of you. The moment I pull, I'm like having to solve more problems.
Okay. I guess I never do the opposite of the loop, so yeah.
Trying to hit center point on this is art. Not horrible.
I'm half tempted to have us switch leads for that sequence. But we decided not to do that because I'm way out ahead of you.
Yeah.
And trying to
No,
like
it would be impossible for you to try and get in.
Yeah.
No, and also like I'm lead for this. I think it works out. I feel like we're actually sharing the load pretty well in this show.
Yep.
Like all this feels like the transitions feel natural.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely make the most sense. I just want more time to practice formation because it's fun.
It is. That's hard. Dude, that looks good. I think you're in the right spot.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
look at
felt
that.
like you saw where I was
Yeah.
on the
You're
attack
way
view.
the heck back there.
Doesn't look like it though. I'm a little low though.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But you also said you were a little high, so we'll see.
So
All right, so I can be just a touch closer to you.
Yeah, I think as we get within a mile, start creeping forward into that jet and a half zone.
Yep.
And then it should look good. That's great. Good job.
Cool.
And this will look cool once you solve the math problem. It's like,
I think I just needed to bring in a little bit more lead as well.
yeah.
Also, the way that I do rejoins is different than the way you do rejoins. At least for in the Hornet, where like you like to get, 4-ish, 5 jets back and then slide up like just parallel, and I like to like come up the bearing line.
Dude.
And so I think
Oh, it's so cool to see these old jets flying in formation. It just feels right.
it's actually not too bad. I could be a little higher and a little further up, but that's not awful.
Oh, I feel like that's good El Centro like formation. Yeah, we were a little slow. Smoke off. Yes. Perfect. Leave them looking at a smoke trail. Looks cool. Yeah. Feel like we're giving the crowd something to work with. Feels nice. And this transit was long.
Just takes a long time.
Yeah, it's just long. It's just long. It was long.
The only way to fix it would be to wait to do gear and flaps and stuff, but that creates other problems.
Well, do you want to be maneuvering and like trying to trim and stuff in the final turn?
No, I would say, well, kind of. I think not in the last 45 or last 90, but I'd be willing to do it in the
as we're coming right.
Like as we start coming right, yeah.
How close did you get to the fence? We're fine. The Air Force landing solved that problem. Nice. Man, okay. Like, yeah, there were rough patches and there's a lot to work on, but like, I'm seeing glimpses of the coolness of this show sequence.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's got a little more pizzazz than that Hornet show. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, did I never fix that? I don't think I did. So. I would love to do flaps and stabs at the same time. Would you be willing to attempt that?
I think so. As long as you're not doing any brakes or speed changes.
Yeah, flaps and slats at the same time.
If you do brakes, I typically having to add just a hair of power to be able to stay where I want to be.
Actually, I'm going to do flaps first and then slats. But they're going to be quick. It's going to be standby flaps and slats.
Okay.
Flaps.
So just
slats.
do. All
Because
right, that works. Yeah.
the flaps take longer to come up, but I want the alligator mouth to close at the same time.
Yeah.
It's
So
terrible turn.
it's not slats. Well, I went into the grass.
What is it?
It's the spoilers.
Yeah. Flaps and spoilers. So the alligator mouth closes at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's so cool to see these old jets performing. It's just cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the TACAN.
If we had Juliet Phantoms,
Oh, I know.
or even Bravo Phantoms, but like the not the long nose, ugly looking Echo Phantoms. Oh, I drifted left.
I drifted right.
Or right.
Yeah, I drifted left, so you know how it is. Yeah, this thing's so hard to taxi.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. That was
There you
good.
go.
That was a good show. I mean, compared to last time, where like we weren't.
We're
even...
improving.
Yeah,
That's what I'll say.
Let's say that. All right, folks. Hopefully that gave you some glimmer of hope too.
In this depressing world,
there are two random guys flying A4s close to each other. They're giving you hope.
yes.
That's gonna be it for tonight. We hope. We're probably not gonna do another show again this week because I'm very busy in the evenings. But if we do, it'll be a much shorter one, which is great for you guys. But yeah, we'll see you the next time we fly, and until then, keep your flight job sharp.
Nice. Yep. Perfect. Nailed.